Yo, it's Mother effing Uncle Bing Bongs. We censored that one just a little bit. Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? This is episode number 5. You know? Hello. We made it to episode 5. I don't know if that was like a checkpoint or an Easter egg. I'm not a gamer. Nothing like that. So, anyways, yeah. So, episode 5. What I'm going to talk about today is my favorite baits that aren't toxic baits. Now, first disclaimer is you're not going to see a lot of handmade custom stuff in the hard bait department because I make hard baits. So I don't use a lot of that stuff from other small builders. Just how it goes. It's nothing against anyone. Everybody, there's some really cool baits. I don't really make a lot of soft baits, so you'll see some soft baits here, production baits, just some stuff that I use regularly. Like there'll be some other stuff I don't have on my desk, like burrito baits. I use those in certain situations, there's a lot of baits I use, but these are like I look through my stuff, and this is like my main stuff that I really like to throw besides toxic. So now, what's in the mailbox, what's hot out the oven from toxic is I got my production molds for Old Man River. So we're getting the process down and we're getting our blend the way I want it and stuff. So once I get that soft plastic exactly how I want it and everything and streamline, those will be hitting the site very soon. It won't take too long, right? Just in time for early spring. ABS, some of the stuff is taking a little longer than I thought, so we're going to do a staggered drop. Just going to be honest about it. So we won't have all the colors right away, but we got a bunch of baits. And, like you guys know, this is a new process for me. So we're going to make sure we figure this out to get everything in steady and same time. But you guys will still have all the stuff in spring. The official release will be at the PCS show, March 7th through the 10th. At the Orange County Fairgrounds. We're going to be there with Stay Bent, Viking Head, Nick with Cast and Crank. I think Matt Pano and Optimum have booths there with all their stuff. So be a cool place to be, cool place to check us out. And I'm probably going to do some pre-release early stuff, maybe like some in-store. That's my idea, is like hit it like an old in-store, how when bands or artists would release a CD, they would hit the record shop. So we might, you might see me at your local tackle store with some stuff early before that. We'll see how that goes. So anyways, yeah. So this episode is brought to you obviously by fucking Flamin' Hot Fries, because if you're not including those with your meal, the hell are you doing with your life? And of course, electric swimbait underground glasses. I had to display those. It's cloudy, yellow lenses. I'm always rocking those. It's just water with the lime in it. Calm down. So, actually, I've been sober for 3 years now, maybe like a week ago. So, sober from alcohol, of course, California sober. But, so I've been drinking for 3 years, so that's cool. I mean, not really a big deal, but it works for me. It's better that way. Maybe I'll do an episode about Caesar drunk stories, but then that would be kind of wild. Hi. So anyways, let's go. Let's talk about some of this cool ass shit right here. So, and if you notice, I'm always probably going to be rocking some type of gear that's toxic or blanked or something, or some underground stuff. So if you ever have a question, most of the stuff I wear for the show is probably going to be something that's in the store or from another small brand or something, that's dope. So let's get on with it. So, first off, the most recognized one probably would be me running my big yap about the DRT High Float TK. So, the High Float TK, super cool bait. I have this set up how I was throwing it. You can see I usually use the Joker tail, and angle it down, but I didn't have one. So, I just threw this in. I mean, I'm not pissed off I don't have the Joker tail. I just prefer it because it sloshes some more. And then it just has the stock lip. You could use the wide lip backwards. There's all kind of roll lip. But I just throw this thing out there and just smoke it in. I use my iRod crank launcher. Usually that's a great small swim bait rod, especially for the TK. So I'll use my iRod crank launcher or the Gary's rat rod that just came out last year. That's a very good rod for the TK. Both are about 7'10", I believe. Now you can use the Sniper Swim. I love my Sniper Swim, but I just like, like I have other baits on there. Whatever reason, I gravitate towards the crank launcher and the Gary's rat rod for the TK. We're gonna lower this down a little bit because I'm short motherfucker. So yeah, so what I'm doing with that is throwing it out and burning it on the top. Sometimes it's throwing a wake. Sometimes it's 2 inches under. To be honest with you, I'm not really tripping. I'm not tripping that it's not exactly on the top all the time. And I'll swing and I'll have my rod tip up. I throw it on 40 or 50 pound straight braid. What I prefer to do, you can throw it on 20 pound copal. It don't matter. I'm smoking that thing. They're going to get the hooks. I just like throwing on braid. And then what I'll do is I'll sweep my rod from holding it up, sweep it down to the tip near the water or in the water a little bit, and then it'll crank down a foot. And a lot of times it'll be up, and I'll do that. It'll go down deeper, and I'll get the bite. So if you guys don't do that, that's a great tip. So, there's not a lot to that. Great bait. I know everybody likes the low float, but if you have a high float, twitch it on top. You could walk it in place. There's a lot of stuff you could do with it, but this is just my favorite way to fish it, right? Because if I'm cranking down, honestly, I'm going to be throwing the waking crank. That's just my preference. Okay, now on to this. I have a couple sizes here, but this is a triple trout. This is the 5-inch stubby. This one's really fun to throw. I don't know what this is. It's like a 7 or 8. I have 8-inch stubbies. I have the full size. I have saltwater ones. I have a whole box, right? But the triple trout, you can see, it hangs like this. So I know there's a lot of lipless baits out here. The triple trout is the OG. I like this bait for the burn pause, especially when it's windy banks. You're just going to throw it out there, burn it, and pause it. Now, when you're pausing it, you just want to throw a little reel pause with the triple trout. You don't want to work it with the tip or anything because sometimes it'll foul. But it just takes a hesitation in the turning of the handle. And I don't know if you could reel this too fast. If you could smoke these things, bro, like straight up. So great bait, triple trout. I throw all sizes of that. I throw other lipless baits. I make the lipless mini true chip, but that's more of like a darting bait. You could smoke it in too. Don't get me wrong. I've just been throwing baits a long time, So the triple trout is just in my pocket. So next, cool glide bait I picked up last year. I have glide baits I make in this size, so I don't throw it a lot. But this is the Jointed Claw, what is it, 183 Shift, right? So the thing about the Shift is it's the glide bait, but it has this soft connector back here. So it has a little bit of flex to that tail and that back section. I got the floater and just put bigger hooks on it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure they make a sinker in this size, and they make the floater in a bigger one. Super dope bait. Super cool action once you get it down. Use light line. Experiment with this. It's a different look, fluid, just really cool. So Gancraft Shift, soft tail thing, something new. I'm a bait nerd. You know what I'm saying? I'm a freaking bait nerd over here. So when somebody does something like this, of course, I've thought about doing stuff like this. I think most bait makers have thought about cool stuff like this. And a lot of times it's just like, it's not even the time you have, right? It's like, do I have the resources available to do stuff? So this is awesome. I always like seeing cool tweaks on baits. So this one, I don't know if anybody picked this up. This is the Swimbait Underground Rago collab. The D3 rat or the DR rat or something. Not real sure. But I'm sure it's on their site. Now, I know the triangle bill is a little different than normal. Super cool lip, especially for deflecting. But just the overall swim of it doesn't have a tail because it ripped off. That's why I was sitting there. I have to put a new tail on it. But you could use whatever tail. It's a smaller size back there. They've been making in the South and the Midwest and stuff. Guys have been using red fins with the lip turned down. Shimano made like a triple impact. These single piece wake baits in this shape are really effective baits. But once it was applied to this, like this bait with the rat tail, the action on this thing is crazy, bro. This thing is, don't sleep on this, you know? Like I have multiple rodent baits, you guys know. But this is when I was like, that's cool. And then I got one and I was like, whoa, yeah, dude. Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure you've seen the promo video. Chris Purcell, the model himself, he caught it like a 10-pounder. I don't know. That thing was huge, bro. Cast to catch. So, I mean, you know it works. So, on to the next one. The classic. You guys probably forgot about this already or something, you know? I don't know how many people still throw this. It is, you know, this loud stuff, the more pressured fish get, you know. It's tough on them. But this right here is the Depths Buzz Jet. Bing bong. Full. This is the full sizer. I don't fuck with the little ones, but what can I say about the Depths Buzz Jet? What can't I say? What shouldn't I say? You know? Amazing bait, great wake bait, super loud. If you happen to be in some of the waters that are new to big baiting, or you think might be new to this style bait, or you like crawlers and you haven't messed with this, just get with the program, bro. This thing is like face down, ass up, and makes this crate. You just get it in that sweet spot. You can't just throw it at every speed like a lot of people want. But once you get in the sweet spot, wow, you know, wowee. I mean, this is like 10 years, 12 years. I've seen this thing been smacking. So can't go wrong with the Depths Buzz Jet. This is a members limited color. If you come out to the PCS show, what's cool about the PCS show, Matt Pano from Optimum, they have a lot of this stuff at the show. That's where I got this stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is where I copped this shit. Like this bait. I just bought all of them. This was a limited release Depths members. It's a floating bluegill big ass rattle trap. So I have those. Sorry. You know, people slept on them, so I bought them all. That's like bait maker stuff. So anyways, Buzz Jet, awesome bait. Throw that a lot. That one, honorable mention. I kind of tried to keep it swim baity here since that's my main core audience. I throw a lot of conventional. But boom, mega pomp. Should I be saying this? I don't know. It's not a secret, but I don't need everybody throwing it. This thing is freaking sick, dude. Whatever it is, me and Danny say that it sounds like that toolbox rolling down the stairs in Home Alone. It's freaking Ratchet and Clank, dude. That's what I call it. So I throw the crap out of this thing, dude. You know when I throw it too? When it's blowing, when it's choppy as hell on the water. I mean, of course, if it's too big, you can't swim it, right? But a lot of times you'll get in an area where it's really windy, and then you could fish in an area where it's getting some wind, but it's being knocked down, so you don't get a lot of waves. It's just like a steady, hard, you have a small chop. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but yeah, so I throw that thing and I reel it fast, dude. Like, we call it Michael Phelps. That thing's just swimming for its freaking life, dude, and just absolutely gets crushed. I throw it on calm morning, it gets bit. I know that a lot of guys throw crawlers subtly. I'm usually throwing a wake or something, but I use that thing and it's loud as all get out. So, bing bong. Mega pomp. They don't sell them at Bass Pro Shops. Before I get to the soft baits, this is Saxton's bait that I've had for a while. This is a prototype. He's releasing the Stealth Lures. This is his rig. Amazing bait. You catch hundreds of fish on this thing. Super dope umbrella rig. Clear in the water. Lasts forever. I don't even take care of my stuff, bro. I just let it fall wherever it may fall. And this is one of his hand-tied versions. Now they have a scent chamber and all kinds of stuff. So this will be releasing in March. If you're an A-Rig guy, check this out. Stealth Lures, Saxton Long. He's a man. So soft baits. Of course, Citizen, Battle Shad. Awesome weedless design. There's really not much like it, or there wasn't anything near it, you know, when Mike did it. So I throw these. This one gets smoked by everything. The small Citizen, the 6-inch, Crazy, bro. I throw it on the 8-aught. I know you're supposed to throw it on the 6. I don't give a fuck. 8-aught. Mission fish. Heyo. Mission fish, bro. The OG line through. This is an incredible, incredible lure, bro. It's I don't know what to. Of course, I can say you fish it every way. It does catch fish all the time. What I do is I fish it down ledges the most. Like throw it out, hit it on the top of like a ledge or something, weed edge, and then I'll lift it off and keep a semi-tight line. And as it swims down that ledge, it usually gets smoked. They like to hit it on the fall. But you fish it like a worm. It was intentionally made to fish like a worm. Guys in the Delta just throw it out and reel it in, and it gets absolutely cracked, bro. So you can throw it. I know it looks weird, but I'm telling you. So mission fish, always. This is the bluegill color. That's what I throw. Hollow belly, bull size, bass tricks. My opinion, best swim bait ever made. That's where I'm at on it. That's where I'm at. I don't even know what these are. Am I stopping the record with that? I don't care what anybody says, bro. In my opinion, this is the most productive, crazy. I mean, it's a cool design, very simple. I remember reading the story on the invention, and the hook came out to support this bait. I don't know. I don't have enough good things to say about the Bass Tricks Hollow Belly. I know there's a lot of knockoffs. They catch fish too. But wow. I mean, incredible bait. I've been watching it happen since Steve Kennedy was smacking on Clear Lake. I wasn't really hip to it before that, to be honest with you. And now that Brian has it, as a new ownership, back in the day, the plastic consistency could be iffy, they'd get old or whatever. But man, these are like super nice now. So I throw both sizes. I throw this all the time. This thing, if you can't get bit on this, then there's not fish there. I think this is the 6-inch. The 5-inch gets bit too, but the 6 is pretty small. And this is the big one, the 7. You could get these on Blanked or my site too, also. Just so you know. I hate doing that. I feel like I'm selling used cars here. But I'm going to finish up with this one right here. Ooh, we lost our swim bait underground glasses. You see how tough they are? They fell 40 stories to the ground right now, and they didn't even crack. Super dope glasses. Swim bait underground. See what I'm saying? Anyways. So this is JSJ. I don't know the name of it. It's the fucking, I don't know, the weedless, waking, swimming rat. Super cool. Silicone. I think it takes a 9-aught trocar. I think I rigged mine with the 8-aught flashy beast, I throw mine weighted and swim it under the water like a soft swim bait. But it's silicone, so it sinks, but it lasts forever. Comes with the little screw lock already in there. Clip it on your hook. And you're good to go. Cool feet. It swims really well. Even on a weighted beast hook, it'll fall nose down. So I've even punched it through like broadleaf weeds and stuff, loose canopies, and got bit. So really cool stuff. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to ramble forever. There's like I said, a burrito baits. They make a bait called the taco. And they just had a weedless taco. I think I got those. And it's like a buzzbait tail. Super cool, soft swim bait that you could reel on the surface. Almost sounds like a whopper plopper. So I should have brought those up, but I'm just going to give them a shout out. So, yeah. So the burrito baits, taco, JSJ rat, mission fish, Bass Tricks Hollow Belly. Best swim bait ever made. Citizen. Battle Shad, both incredible designs, incredible fish catchers. I lean towards this. I get bites from everything on this, stripers, bass, whatever, the small Citizen. I have the 7-inch too. I mean, it gets bit, but triple trouts for burning, high waker, DRT, high float. Don't count it out. Mega pomp, crush on this shit. 12 years plus, probably 10 years plus, smacking on the buzz jet. Don't sleep on this new rodent. Swim Bait Underground's rodent is fire. It's a Jerry Rago special. But I'm telling you, when you see this in the water, I challenge you to get this bait, swim it in the water, and be like, that's not going to get bit. This thing is fire, bro. Even if it doesn't look like your normal rat. Smoked. Already caught a 10-pounder. Only a few guys even had it to fish. Handcraft Shift 183. They make a larger one too, but this is the Shift. Cool design. Saxton Stealth Umbrella Rig. Stealth Lures. Do I got a hook in me? Felt like I did. All right. Go out. It's like $2.50. Do yourself a favor. Get yourself a motherfucking flaming hot Cheeto fries. You don't need the regular Cheetos. Get the fries, bruh. Get the fries. Scott Weiss, Poes and Arrows. I just threw this up there because I'm a huge fan of his artwork. I love his artwork. Drink water, not booze. 3 years sober today. You know, I have an applause button, but that's like a golf clap moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really. I just wanted to stop. You know what I'm saying? So COVID broke me. If you guys want to stop drinking, just stop drinking. It's not a big deal. You don't have to go out. If somebody asks you to have a drink, tell them eat a dick, you know? I'm not drinking. So, yeah, episode 5. We talked about baits that weren't toxic. You know, like I said, I didn't talk about any custom builders. There's Piz, Lincati, Fish Everything. You know, how many bait companies can I list? 86 Baits, UFO. I mean, the list goes on, right? So those are small builders. I'm sure they all build great baits. I haven't fished their stuff. I have my stuff that I fish, and I have so many freaking models, you know, my hands are full. So the next episode I will do about my baits, my favorite toxics, and how I fish them. We're getting a little up there on time, so we're just going to call this one. So, yeah, let's get out of here.
We'll exit here with the robot voice, and, yeah, there's a couple
little voice changes here. Oh, yeah, there we go. So, adios. I'll see you on episode 6, sir.